So if you've tried things like time blocking on your calendar, pomodoro method, turning off your notifications on your phone, but you still manage to be distracted and procrastinate, then this technique of B time, which I'm about to explain to you in this video, might be the perfect answer. This B time technique, which I've used for over 2 years now, has literally helped me from constantly being distracted and procrastinating to actually getting some reasonable amount of work done when I want to. And so in this video, I'll be covering exactly what is B time and how you can start implementing it today into your life to minimize your distractions and procrastination and to actually get more work done. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby and I'm a medical student studying in London. In this channel, I talk about life, productivity and medicine. So let's get straight into it. Long story short, B time is essentially when you allocate yourself a particular time during the day to check your social media and email notifications. It sounds very simple, but let me actually explain what it is and why it's so effective. For this, I'll need to introduce you to the idea of emotional variability. Essentially what that means is changes to your emotion during the day. So for example, if you're happy one moment and you're angry the other moment and then you're sad the next moment, this emotional variability can affect your focus and your productivity. A study carried out on employees looking at when they felt happy, angry, sad and relaxed actually showed that only when the workers were feeling happy that was related to improved productivity. It basically means throughout your working day, you don't want to have fluctuations in your emotions because that can affect your focus and your productivity. And the notifications on your phone are a very great way of inducing that emotional variability, because one moment you might get, an email saying you've been accepted to the job that you applied. The next moment you might get a message from a friend saying I'm cancelling the meetup, or you might get an email from a university saying that your bursary application has been rejected, or you might get another email saying that your assignment needs to be resubmitted because it's not good enough quality, or you might get another email saying the assignment you submitted 2 weeks ago, you scored really well and you passed. So, and these notifications and hence the emotional response that it creates are unexpected. Any moment of the day, during the day, you could get a good news, you could get bad news, and you don't know when it's going to come on your phone, and you don't know the emotional reaction that that's going to create on yourself. Building on from this, in Cal Newport's book called Deep Work, he explains that how when we start a particular task, we build up this sort of focus currency, if you want to call it, as we get into the task and as we start to concentrate on what we're doing. If then while we're doing one particular task, we suddenly get distracted by something else, say someone asking you a question or a notification on your phone, as I'm using as an example, that can just essentially shatter all of that focus currency that you've built. And so when you get back onto the task you were previously doing, it takes a bit of time to refocus and get back into that zone. And what's been found from studies is that therefore constantly switching from tasks to tasks can lead to a lot worse productivity than actually focusing on one particular task and trying to get that done. And that's where the whole concept of deep work, where you're focusing on one particular task and you're trying to time block yourself into doing that task, comes from. The idea that continual distraction is not good for you. And so this is exactly where B time comes in. Instead of allowing our phones to control us by taking our energy away from us and actually controlling our emotional states and therefore affecting our productivity along with it, we can say, right, okay, as long as this notification is not life-threatening, which, from common analyses, most of the emails I've received in the past year do not require immediate responding. And most of the social media notifications I receive also do not require immediate responding. If someone's dying or if it's urgent, they've got the ability to call me by phone. So it's not like I'm zoning out of the world and completely, falling off the edge of the earth by going monk mode and just not responding to anything at all. If something needs and deserves my attention because it's urgent enough to do so, there are means of getting in contact with me. However, things such as emails, things such as social media notifications, which doesn't really need responding right there and then can wait till later on in the day. And so what the method of B time is I set myself an arbitrary time of say 6 p.m. and only in 6 p.m. I'm going to check my emails, I'm going to check my social media notifications and any other notifications on my phone that I need to get through. And the benefit of this is not only, you know, the minimizing distractions and taking your focus currency and so on and so forth that I mentioned already, but it also gives you kind of like this time to look forward to during the day, and so that can basically be a reward for a good working day. If I know, you know, at 6 p.m. I'm going to check my phone and go on social media and check TikTok, this, that and the other, that's kind of like the reward for doing work throughout the day. And 6 p.m. is just an arbitrary time. I only picked that because, you know, if you've heard of SMART goals, you know it's better to kind of pick something specific and timely and whatever else SMART stands for. But you can pick a time that's suitable for you, depending on when you finish your work day, when you get home from work, if you travel to work, when you eat your dinner. You know, you might want to do this before dinner or after dinner. So just choose a time that suits you. But the whole point is that you set a particular time every day in order to do this B time in. And so, you know, instead of just answering emails as soon as I get them. Of course, if you're in a job which requires you to answer your emails immediately, or you know you've got people sending you tasks or things you need to respond to, then this may not work for your emails, but definitely for your social media you might want to start considering it. But for me so far, there's not been a situation where I've had to reply to an email instantly, and what I do is I use Spark for my email when I'm checking it in my B time. I just go through all of my emails then and clear it out to inbox 0. And doing this all at once and also getting to inbox 0 has really reduced that background residual level of stress that you get when you know you've got, you know, inbox with loads of emails and loads of tasks that you're trying to kind of sort out in your brain, and it's just all a bit of a mess. Getting to inbox 0 really helps remove that residual stress because you know that every single email has been actioned. It doesn't necessarily mean doing all those actions, but you know that there's been systems set in place for dealing with every single email. And if you want to know what my system for dealing with emails and getting to inbox 0 is, then check out this video here, because this inbox 0 method that I've implemented has really been a game changer in terms of how I view and deal with my emails, and has unlocked an additional peace of mind with a full inbox with a gazillion emails, which just never have happened. With that being said, thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my email newsletter and to my channel if you're new. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in my next video.